It's Villa's first visit to London this season, and for Southerner and captain Gareth Southgate, the end of an eventful week. He scored his first England goal on Wednesday and signed an extended contract with his club yesterday. He also has a special reason for keeping an eye on John Hartson that has nothing to do with recent events surrounding the volatile Welshman. Hartson scored 4 times against Villa here at Upton Park last season, twice in the League Cup and twice in the Premiership. With Hartson and Eyal Berkovic reunited and Neil Ruddock and Steve Lomas back from injury, the Hammers are getting close to fielding their strongest side for the first time this season. Even long-term injury victim Paul Kitson is back on the subs bench. League leaders Villa, unbeaten under John Gregory since last April, offer further evidence of their trailblazing mentality. This is an all-English lineup. Australian goalkeeper Mark Bosnich has a calf injury, so Cheshire-born Michael Oakes deputises. Gary Charles, a West Ham fan as a boy, keeps his place, which means that the £4 million signing from Newcastle, Steve Watson, begins his Villa career on the bench. And on a day when the likes of Hartson and Berkovic are bound to come under scrutiny, the referee knows all about unwelcome publicity. Paul Alcock putting behind him the chaotic events at Hillsborough 3 weeks ago. On a nice bright afternoon down in East London, where you so rarely see a poor game, this could be something of a benchmark in the Premiership. Aston Villa, the leaders, in their bright blue strip, meeting the occasion too. They're playing from right to left in the first half. Harry Redknapp, who's made it clear in his programme notes that supporters are still welcome at the training ground. This is Rio Ferdinand. Oh. He's lost the place for a moment, which he certainly didn't do in midweek for England. Collymore looking for Merson, and Ehiog's joined the attack for Villa. He came from nowhere so early in the game, but Ugo Ehiog, born just down the road from here at Hackney, obviously felt on familiar ground there and got right into the heart of the West Ham defence. That was Thompson. This is Wright. Thompson looking for Hendry in the centre. This is Taylor. Wide is Gary Charles. Here's Hendry. Collymore. Oh, good defending. It was Ian Pearce who got in the way, but Villa still have it. Collymore's in the middle again here, and Neil Ruddock concedes the corner. Headed away by Lomas. Hendry with the shot. Julian Dix has resumed the captaincy of West Ham since his return from 18 months of injury, which very nearly put him out of the game completely. This is Pearce. Oh, it's a mistake by Southgate, and Hartson! Oh, well tipped over by Michael Oakes. Instant reactions there, first from John Hartson when the slip came from Southgate, and then the goalkeeper with the tip over. It's a corner to West Ham. Ferdinand is up in the penalty area, so is Dix. And Hartson comes in again. This is Berkovic. One back by Ferdinand. Lomas. West Ham getting up a rhythm here. Lampard, Hartson, Ian Wright, Hartson. Good swift football by West Ham. Frank Lampard Senior there, shouting the instructions next to his brother-in-law. Collymore, good work, but Lomas sweeping up in front of the 3 defenders there for West Ham. This is Lampard. It's a bit tight, but he's found Pearce. Room in front of Ian Pearce here. Sinclair. Turned by Berkovic. Oh, offside, Ian Wright. Offside. Plenty of movement here, but the flag was up as Ian Wright darted in behind the last defender. Oakes wasn't to know that and did well. Forward by Ruddock, looking for Dix. They're leaving the throw for Lomas here. Now Ruddock is beginning to scamper upfield with his arm waving. Two arms waving. And Ruddock got there! Well, the semaphore signals were clear for all to see, but Villa didn't stop him from getting a header in. This was a long throw by Lomas, and Ruddock, certainly the first one there. The header dropping wide. Thompson. Merson trying to find Hendry. He looks as though he expected a penalty, but I can hardly see it. But here, it didn't look to me as if Julian Dix did anything wrong. But Hendry made an awful lot of the appeal. Thompson. Hendry again. Merson. Charles overlapping. Here comes Collymore! Well, it was Pearce that met him. Good cross by Gary Charles, and Collymore challenged as the ball came in. It's a corner. Lomas has been able to clear those corners quite comfortably. They're not being delivered by Thompson quite high enough. Here he is again, though. Offside flag is up on the far side. Here's Ferdinand. And Sinclair. In goes Ian Wright now behind Barry. He's got Hartson in support. And Hartson says, why didn't you pass it? He's cross with Wright, but if you're Ian Wright, with that goal-scoring record of his, you go for goal, and here's Collymore doing that at the other end, but again it's Pearce. Flurry of activity here leading up to half-time, but still no joy for the strikers. This is Merson. Charles. Here's Merson. Back to Charles. Three waiting in the centre for Villa. Thompson's in there, so is Collymore. This is Hendry. And they're still waiting. And now it's Merson. Hendry! Oh, it was a good chance. Right on the penalty spot. And not well marked. And that was Merson who drove it in from the right. And this possibly Villa's best opportunity of the half. Didn't really get the greatest of contact there, young Lee Hendry. Well, West Ham finding out here why Villa are so hard to beat these days. John Hartson provided the most vivid moment of the half with the instant shot which the goalkeeper tipped over. Meantime, Ian Wright found it very hard to get the better of a Villa defence in which 17-year-old Gareth Barry enhanced his reputation again. Well, there's no question that the first half was affected detrimentally by the strong wind that's blowing around Upton Park, and quite often that contributed to a lack of flow in the play. You have to go back to April the 25th to find Aston Villa's last defeat. That was at home to Bolton at Villa Park. And they also, of course, play in Europe this coming week. So here's Ian Wright for West Ham. Only 2 defeats in 19 Premiership matches since John Gregory took over. Collymore. Alan Wright. Collymore again. Merson's coming in. Oh, it was Rio Ferdinand who got a foot inside the 6-yard box. And a necessary 1-2 for West Ham. It's a good cross, and it needed to be cleared. It's a corner. But it's onto the chest of John Hartson. Southgate then gets a touch and returns it to the far side. Thompson's there! Oh, and Hislop claws it away from Thompson's header. Well, Shaka Hislop called into action there. It's swung in for Thompson to get good contact, and that's a decent save by Hislop going to his left. Here's Hartson. Long throw-ins in the first half. Now Hartson looks across at him again. Ruddock's also there, and here is Ruddock, but only for a fleeting moment. Lampard! Oh, good save. Well struck, but ever so well seen by Michael Oakes from Frank Lampard. He'll take the corner. Dix will come forward, so will Ferdinand. Ruddock trying to come round the back. Kept in by Lomas. Well, Michael Oakes, who's 24 now, may feel he needs more first-team football. He's unlucky having to be number 2 to a man like Bosnich, but what a good save that was from Frank Lampard. Ruddock's arriving now. It nearly ran on for Wright. In fact, Alan Wright got a touch, not Ian. They're together again now. Oh, well, Gary Charles let the ball run and then got the last touch. So what was a harmless situation for Villa now becomes a throw to West Ham, and it enables Lomas to try again. Ruddock's forward. Oh, Dix! The collector's item, a right foot shot from the West Ham captain. It's another long throw by Lomas, and Dix swinging, but straight at the goalkeeper. Harry Redknapp, knowing that his team haven't quite made the breakthrough. We've been playing now for an hour, no score. Rio Ferdinand has joined the crowd on the edge of the penalty area here. This is Berkovic. There's Ferdinand. It's a good challenge by Ehiop, but Ferdinand again. And you do feel that if he can release himself rather more often, then West Ham may have a chance of opening Villa up. Because this was an interesting phase of play. Ferdinand got the shot in at the end of it. This is Hendry up against Pearce. Then against Sinclair. Hendry did ever so well. Pearce got a second challenge in. Taylor. Oh, Ian Wright there on Alan Wright. The play goes on for the moment. This is Merson. Oh, 2 rights nearly made a wrong there. This is Berkovic to Hartson. And now it's Charles, and West Ham getting caught in possession. and not winning it back for the moment. Merson. Oh, good ball. Hendry with a chance for Villa. And Merson, surely. Oh, what a miss. You've got to say what a bad miss by Paul Merson. Hislop gets congratulated. But if Merson had got any weight on the shot at all, it had to be a goal. This is Hendry with the shot. Hislop turns it to one side. And Merson only prodded that. But Villa still have it, and now it's floating right across to Ehion. And he's tangling up with Ruddock. Well, Hislop will get praise there, initially for his save from Hendry, but he knows that if Merson had really got hold of the follower, there was no way he would have got back. And both the rights collide again. Here's Thompson. Pierce warding off Collymore. Hendry. Villa fans appealing for hands against Ian Pierce there. They had a better view than the referee perhaps, but nobody on the field appealed, which I think tells the story. Berkovic plays the 1-2 with Lampard. Forward by Dix. Hartson, right! Ian Wright! Yes! No handball. Disallowed by Paul Alcock. Presumably use of the arm by Wright. This is John Hartson backing in a bit there. Now then, was that hands by Wright? And Ian Wright is going off to be replaced by Paul Kitson, who will get generous applause. Only 12 appearances last season because of injury. But on he comes now as the replacement striker to renew his partnership with Hartson, which was so promising when they first signed for the club. Here's a header out by Ferdinand. Taylor. Collymore. Hendry trying to get the other side of Sinclair. Nothing given. They're gesticulating over there on the West Ham bench. They may have just one last chance in the last minute of stoppage time, but not like that. Ferdinand has placed that where there was no West Ham colleague at all. Merson looks for Collymore. This is Collymore. Well, Aston Villa's championship credentials won't be hurt by that result. They're still unbeaten. They've only conceded 2 goals, and the goalkeeper who came in today for the injured Bosnich, Michael Oakes, excelled himself when called upon. 2 very good stops, and the same applies to Shaka Hislop, a day when goalkeepers and defenders can be pleased with a clean sheet. But from the point of view of the crowd, perhaps the match didn't quite rise to the heights that was expected. A final score at Upton Park of West Ham 0, league leaders Aston Villa 0.